Well, for the past 15 years, my husband, Pastor Eric Johns, he's been living 1 week with the homeless every November. And so this year we decided to change some things up a little bit with the Homeless Week. Pastor Eric's been taking out some of the young people in our church, passing the baton on to the next generation. And we thought another great thing to do would be for some ladies to experience what it's like to be homeless. It's a reality. When we were in the soup kitchen today, we saw several women in there who were homeless or who were one step away from being homeless. And it's a whole different world being a woman and being homeless. There's not a lot of things available. The streets are a dangerous place to be. There's just a lot of dangers and a lot of things that you come up against when you're on the street. And so for a woman, it can be really challenging to be living out here on the street. And so this year I've brought 8 women with me, and we're going to be spending the next 24 hours eating in soup kitchens, visiting and talking to homeless people, hanging out with them, going to the places they go, so that we can just get a sense of what they go through every day while they live homeless and while they're looking for another place to live. And I'm hoping that this will raise an awareness to what women have to deal with while they're homeless, and that also it will put in each one of us that are on the streets today a new compassion for the people that are living in the streets.
My name is Deborah Benlin, and I work in a homeless shelter at home in Lockport, and it's different sitting across the table from somebody in that shelter and knowing that they're homeless and looking for a job for them or looking for an apartment. And then being here on the streets of Buffalo and seeing them walk by you and knowing that you can do little to help. But yet, when we go into lunch at the soup kitchen and I look across the table and I see that they're going through the same thing that my people in Lockport are going through, and you just want to reach out and you want to help. And you want to believe the absolute best, because love believes the best. And I have realized in this that I do love these people, whether I've ever seen their face before or not. Homelessness has a face, and it runs rampant on the streets of Buffalo. It's all over the world, but I've seen it here firsthand. My husband has been here for the last few years and walked the streets of Buffalo with Pastor Eric, and it's such a great opportunity to be here myself and to walk these streets and to see these faces and just to be able to love them with the love of Jesus. So going forward, I know that this will impact me in a way that is just beyond what I could think or imagine.
So this is Ladies' Day for the week that Pastor Eric stays on the streets homeless, and we're in the bus terminal trying to stay out of the cold. We meet a lot of homeless people here that try to get out of the snow or the rain and just try to keep warm. Unfortunately, the security guards are pretty strict and usually kick people out, so we're just trying to lay low, get warm, and give some people some socks, buy some people some coffee, and just make their day better.
Well, walking into the bus station today, I had a feeling that I was supposed to buy someone a coffee, and the first person I see was this gentleman sitting at a table willing to trade a bag of chips for a hot cup of coffee. So I knew instantly that's what God wanted me to do, and I went up and got him his coffee, exactly what he wanted, and gave it to him, and it just made his day. And I didn't take the chips, which made him even happier that he could keep not only the coffee but his chips, and I just knew that was something as simple as a coffee just really made a guy's day, and he was just waiting for a ride, and he's had a rough few days, and coffee just made his day, and I was just really glad that I was able to do that for him.
Well, today I went to the soup kitchen for lunch, and I was seated across the table from a man named Albert. He started to tell me his life story. He's a homeless man, and he was concerned about his drug addiction. But at the same time, I know he believes in God, because he said, I know God is watching over me. I've seen him interfere in my life, and I know he wants to do something special. Before he told me this, I placed a little stone in his hand that I had bought at a Christian store. It had a word on it, but I didn't know which stone I had given him. I just pulled it out of my purse, and he was hanging on to it. When he was all done telling me these things, I said, well, Albert, look at the stone I gave you. Let's see what it says. And he held out his hand. He said, well, I can't see it. because he was tearing up in his eyes. And I looked at it and I said, oh my goodness, Albert, it says miracles do happen. And when he heard that, he just sobbed. And he said, God really is going to help me, isn't he? I said, yeah, he sure is. And I was able to pray with him, and he just cried, and it was just awesome. So I'm happy I was at the soup kitchen today.
Okay, so today we've been walking around a lot, going to the bus station and library, handing out socks and things to people. We bought coffee for some homeless guys in the bus station. And now we're at Friends of the Night People, going to grab some dinner, and then we're going to Cornerstone Manor to do a chapel service and spend the night there.